Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have another formation video for you. This is the 4-1-2-1-2-2 formation, and this is personally one of the best formations and tactics I've worked with, specifically because it took me to Elite Division from Division 1. I won like 5 to 6 matches continuously in Division 1 using these tactics and formation. This is a very different formation from the ones that you've seen before. And before I do that, I want to appreciate and thank all of you for showing so much love to my previous formations and tactics. I really appreciate it. And hopefully this formation and these tactics also help a lot more people like you, and hopefully this helps you out again. Now this is a 4-1-2-1-2 in brackets 2 formation, and the core of this formation is that it feels very aggressive all the time. It's like almost having constant pressure, but it's not constant pressure, you'll see. The other thing is that this is a particular formation that focuses a lot on midfield, and a lot of players do not want to use it because it does not provide you those options on the wing, but we have a solution for that. And the way it works together is that for the defensive style, it feels like you always have constant pressure. Like you might be playing against people who you think, hey, how is this guy having constant pressure throughout the game? Well, this is a formation that kind of mimics that, if not exactly, is similar to those tactics. And the attacking style is more like, as soon as you win the ball, there's like a lot of quick passing because all of players are very close to each other. And then once you think that, oh, you're out of options, you'll see your left back and right back going up the wing to give you support. So you'll have a lot of counter attacks. You'll have a lot of small passes in between through passes. This is not exactly a formation that you'd want to play if you have lengthy strikers and you want to play over the head through balls. This is more like quick short passing game attacking, and overcrowding the midfield to get the ball when you're in defending, which feels like a lot of like you're playing on high pressure. That being said, let's look at the tactics. So the tactics are some way mixed up with my previous formation. This is a lot of experimentation that I do to figure out which is what works best with what formation, right? So for defensive style, we're playing balanced with width 20 and depth 40. Now, make sure your width is not more than 30 because that causes problems in this formation. We want our midfield to be compact. When we are defending, we also want our defense to kind of be compact, which is very important. The reason is that if your defense is not compact, if they're going around, if they're leaving their places, then it opens up spaces, which we do not want. For the depth, I tried this with 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and trust me, below 50 is the one that works out perfectly fine. I used this a lot of times with around 50 to 55 depth. I thought, okay, this is working, but it kind of opened up spaces. It kind of provoked a lot of through balls, and my players were so high in the pitch that I wasn't able to catch the attackers. So depth 40 worked out really nice. For build-up play, we're playing fast build-up. So again, this is a formation where you want your players to come back very quickly, attack the opponent's attackers in a way that 2-3 players attack one attacker together, and then they get the ball while defending. And the chance creation is balanced. It's not direct passing, it's not possession. I'll tell you the reason. For possession, you do not need possession because your players are already very close to each other in this formation. Direct passing, yes, you can play that, but for me, with balance, they take up very good positions for me in the offense, so I never needed to play direct passing in this situation. Maybe you guys can try direct passing. If it works out for you, that's pretty good. Now width has to be 20. Again, we are trying to play short passes with options on the wing if we need to. Otherwise, we're going to play short passing, quick passing, counter attacks, in through balls, and so on. For the players in the box, I just have 2. You can put 3, 4, whatever you like. But the thing is that if you put a lot more players in the box, you might be vulnerable to counter attacks. So just keep that in mind. I always want to keep that low, around 2 to 3. I had it for 3 for a long time, but I shifted that to 2. And these are tactics that work out pretty well for this formation. Now let's look at the instructions. Pay attention because there are quite some instructions that you will want to make sure that your players are exactly the same as mine, right? So you have two strikers now. Avoid, if you can, avoid play with lengthy strikers. If at all you are playing with lengthy strikers, make sure they have very good dribbling stats. Maguire, Rudiger, Neuer, all these are lengthy strikers with very good dribbling stats. They might work out very well. For me, I have Cavani and Vlahovic. They're not lengthy, but they have good dribbling stats. They have good enough pace, so they work out pretty good in this formation. But if given a choice, I might go with Rudiger and Maguire up front, but not somebody like some previous lengthy strikers who were really good when it comes to getting in behind, but did not have high dribbling stats or good agility or balance. That's a little bit problematic in this situation because you're playing very fast football. You want very quick movements here and there, so make sure lengthy strikers or any striker are able to do that. Then, for the instructions for these two, they'll just be getting behind, and everything else to be default, balance width, and basic defense support. You'll notice that these people kind of come back to the midfield to help you out, so you do not really need to come back on defense or something like that. Now your cam, this player has to be pretty good dribbler, because this is the player who kind of initiates a lot of attacks. He has to be turning very quickly here and there, make a lot of through passes, pass back if needed, dribble across, and so on. If this is a player who has 5-star skills, it'll be a lot more beneficial for you. Now this guy, we want to so one of the things is that you always want to defend in 4-4-2 shape. That's always very I'd say that's a basic football that happens during defending, and it's very, very effective in the game. So always try to defend in 4-4-2 shape. So this guy will come back on defense, and other things are pretty much on default. You don't want him to be roaming around. You do not want him to be staying central or something. Just play as a cam. Just come back at defense when needed, right? Now, for the midfielders, if you observed, I have two of my midfielders, Acuna and Valverde, who are pretty good box-to-box midfielders. That's very helpful in the sense that box-to-box midfielders usually have good passing stats, good dribbling stats, comparatively fine shooting stats, and very good defending stats. That's the kind of players you'd want here, because there'll be a lot of chances where you might want them to pass with the through ball, you might want them to take a shot, and so on. So these people are helpful. But even if you have pure defensive midfielders or pure midfielder, they'd work out very fine. The only thing is you should have fast players, okay? At least have players who have more than 90 pace, because these are the players who are constantly moving. You're constantly, if you'll see in the game, as soon as they lose the ball, they'll get on the players 2-3 together to take the ball back. For the instructions, stay back while attacking, cover center. For Valverde, stay back while attacking, cover wing. That's because this guy will move to the wing. Saka will be coming back, playing left mid while defending, and so that's how this is going to work. Other things remain fine, but for Milinkovic-Savic, the player who is playing pure CDM, make sure he's some tight mark. If you've seen my 4-2-2-2 video, you know how effective tight marking is. So make sure this guy is on tight marking and stay back while attacking. Now, along with that, cover center. Now you might be thinking, hey, you're having all of these people stay back while attacking. How is this going to be aggressive? Trust me, guys, you'll see it in game. Because you're playing fast build-up and the players move so fast, these people tend to take the positions which kind of take them away from their original position. So as soon as they lose the ball, they're all coming back there to the position. So you'll actually see 8 players moving backwards when they're defending together. For the defenders, stay back while attacking. Nothing else really. It's most of the time they're on the same instructions. For your left back and right back, they're not stay back while attacking, right? So in some cases, it might be vulnerable to counterattacks, but the way this works is that the midfielders are overcrowding the midfield in attack, and dispersing themselves in a very standard way when they're defending, so it kind of feels very safe even when your fullbacks are moving forward for support. Now make sure that you do not have the run type as overlap or inverted. The reason is you do not want them to be overlapping and inverting all the time. You want them to be intelligent enough to provide you support in either way. Sometimes inverted, sometimes overlapping. And you'll see that in the game. They do that a lot of times. And a lot of time when you're passing in midfield, you'll observe that, oh, you're out of options. And then you'd see, oh, Jordi Alba is running up ahead. Zaha is running up ahead. And, you pass them. Just make sure that when you have your left back, and this is very important, just make sure when you have your left back and right back taking up those runs, do not always pass to them. You can also pass to the defenders. You can also pass to the other midfielders who are back. You pass the goalie too. Okay. The reason is that if they're taking the run and you're passing to them and that ball gets intercepted, you have that whole space empty in your left back or right back position, and that's almost 85% a goal. So try to avoid that. Even I try to do that. A lot of times I get, I concede, but a lot of times it works out really well, right? So that being said, let's see how it feels in game, and hopefully you like this formation tactics too. Now look at my midfielders, how they're moving. So you see all 8 players coming back together. And now they're dispersing. Now look at my midfield right now. I just want you to see my midfield right now. They're all there, so you have so many attacking options. So you see how quickly my players are moving to actually win the ball back. Look. And there you go. Now look at them running back, right? So effective in terms of number of players. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? 4 or 5 players coming in together. And now Jordi Alba providing you that support. And see, that is the thing I'm saying, right? So Valverde is a midfielder who has very good shooting stats too, right? So there the goal is, right? So even though I do not have pressure, you saw how my players are all together running, right? To get the ball. So you see, he did not have any space to pass. Was like almost being crowded by 3 to 4 people there. Look at that. Winning again, right? 3 players together blocking that path. Look at the attacking options now. They cannot cover all the players, right? Almost got the ball there too. There we are. So you saw how Vlahovic just went on by himself to do that tackle. I did not tell him to do that, right? I was not charging. I just changed him and he just took the ball by himself. Look at the players now charging back, and we have the ball again. See? And he's frustrated. He's just throwing in sliding tackles. There we have the goal. There it is. So the space opens up so nicely for your strikers. that it gives you so many options to pass. And look at that for a challenge. And you see how Jordi Alba is now providing you that run space. That's how easy it is when you're scoring. Those quick passing, that movement that the players will give you, will all be exceptional. Look how my players came running behind him, right? I did not tell them to, see? They're so quick, and that's because you're playing fast build up, and they're trying to come back to the position, and in doing that they're just trying to get the ball. So you see how, again, like 2 players, 3 players coming in together, and look at Zaha providing that support for us. So many attacking options because of that build-up play that you have, overcrowding the midfield, short passing. That's all you're doing, just passing again and again and again. And when it's defending, they're just coming back together. That's all we are doing. So look at my defense right now. Look how the players are charging all back together. Someone will get the ball, right? Look at that, and again we still have the ball, right? Look at that goal. I mean, those are lethal Cavani skills, but so you saw, even during that counter situation we were fine. And yet again, so Jordi Alba giving us that support this time, right? So every time you feel you don't have support, your fullbacks will be there. Look at that, he's just not able to keep the ball at all. Pretty much intercepting everything. Look at that goal. Just amazing. So it's so good in the attacking third because you can pass the ball in so many different ways. That confuses the opponent so much. See the attacking options I have right now. And that's about it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you find these tactics and formation useful to you. Just to describe the tactics and formation again, this is 4-1-2-1-2. This tactics and formation are used if you want your players to play aggressively, mimicking constant pressure but not really making them tired. At the same time, playing possession-based football up front. So kind of combining both the things together to give you a very balanced set of attacking and defending tactics. Your fullbacks always provide you support on the wings while your center is crowded, so it's easier for the short passes, it's easier to get the ball back from the opponent. Your players always try to come back to the positions very fast due to the fast build-up. It seems like they are very aggressive with the ball, although they are not, and they are on balance, so they won't get tired so much. These are the tactics which you could mimic constant pressure and use throughout the game and also defend properly. Hopefully you like this video. If you do, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with another player review, player comparison or a formation video. Goodbye. Cheers.